Good morning, my dear students. In today's class, I would like to continue with my chapter Center-State Relations, Union Government, not Central Government. In the last video, I talked about the first two paragraphs from this speech. This was a speech made by Nani Palkhivala in 1972 as part of the Heras Memorial Lecture Series. So I would like to summarize the major points that we discussed in the first two paragraphs. Nani Palkhivala gave this speech in 1972 as part of the Heras Memorial Lecture. In this speech, he mainly attacks the centralization of power by the government, center government of that time. According to him, this is against the federalism that the Constitution ensures. He believes that the very term center is wrong. He says that the union of states, that is the term that we have to use instead of the term center. Centralization of power has been a topic of debates from the very inception of Indian Constitution. You can find the details about this when Ambedkar drafted the Indian Constitution. This topic, that how Indian government system should function, is a matter of much debate. We move on to the final paragraph of this chapter. Let us listen to the paragraph. Look at the major arguments that he shares. Here, the attack is on the use of the word center. He believes that the word union of state is more appropriate because the Constitution suggests that name. The word center somehow gives a kind of power to the government. It also attempts to violate the rights of the states. So here he says that the states have the power or freedom to go against the imposition of power by the center governments. He believes that in the near future, the states will assert their power and they will object the imposition of power by the center government. So we find that, quoting the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, he says that the nemesis of the imposition of power by the central government will have its own consequences in future. So my dear students, when we look at the chapter and when we analyze in the present context, we should analyze whether the situation is changing or it becomes worse or not. It's a need of the hour for the state governments and also the center to safeguard the idea of federalism that our Constitution promotes. We have a system of government where all the states have their own powers, and we have a union of states where the center governments, the so-called center government, listens to the voices of the state government.